I mean, maybe 20 years ago, this might have been ended up in a fight. I am a massive boxing fan, and I used to watch Mike Tyson in the 80s, loved it. Even as a child, I loved watching this guy fight. Well, today this video, the title of this video sparked my curiosity. It says, when celebrities meet their idol, Mike Tyson. Now, it's going to go one or two ways, and it's either going to be friendly or he's going to knock your block off. I can't wait for it, man. I want to see what these celebrities say. Anyway, if this is the first time being here or seeing any of my reactions, then please hit like and subscribe. It supports me and it supports the channel. Don't forget to follow the creators of this video, which is called Thirsty with a double Y. Right, okay, let's see what celebrities do when they meet Mike Tyson.
Most people would be happy to just shake Mike's hand and walk away with a story.
Yeah.
Tom Segura wasn't most people.
Okay.
On Conan, he walked through exactly how one encounter with Iron Mike turned into a full-blown friendship, and what Mike did next that nobody saw coming.
It's like a late afternoon flight. So I walk over to his seat and I go, I'm sorry to bother you. I grew up watching all your fights and I'm a big fan.
Right.
And he was like, thank you. Or you know how he does, like, yeah. I said, I'm just curious, why are you going to Pittsburgh? And he goes, I'm promoting a fight. What about you? And I said, I'm a comedian. I'm going to do shows.
Oh,
and at that moment, he just goes like, and he goes, where's your show? And I said, it's a comedy club. And he goes, where's that? And he goes, oh, is your show tonight? And I go, no. I'm like, it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm on a plane. You know, like,
did Mike Tyson not read the room there?
I met Tyson. I sit back in my seat. 10 seconds later, I hear, Tom, right? Yeah. Yes, Mike Tyson? Yeah. And he goes, I've been watching a lot of Netflix. That's all he said.
Okay.
And I'm just looking at him like, yeah, okay, sure. And he goes, no, I recognize you. And I'm like, what? And he holds up the DVD. I just gave that to you right now. I go, that's crazy. And he goes, give me your phone number. I give him my number.
Really?
We land, I sprint off the plane. It's like too much weirdness for one day. Like the next day, and I get a text message from Mike Tyson.
Oh, shit.
You know what it said? What? Where's your show?
Tom got close to Mike off camera, but what about the people who had to get close to him on camera?
So his story pretty much was a chance meeting with Mike Tyson, and whatever this guy with Tom Segura was saying to Mike Tyson, it wasn't going in. You know what I mean? Where's your show? It's not. I've seen a lot of your DVDs, what I've just given you. But he wouldn't have had the balls to say to Mike Tyson, mate, I just give you that. How the fuck can my show be tonight when we're on a plane? You know what I mean? If they just went, oh no, it's on such a day. Oh yeah, I understand, Mike. You know what I mean? And then he texts him the next day, where's your show? Do you know what? I bet he turned up as well. Did he turn up? I need to see the rest of that interview.
Got close to Mike off camera, but what about the people who had to get close to him on camera?
Okay.
Donnie Yen, a man who has spent his entire life in martial arts, had to share the screen with Mike in Ip Man 3. He revealed what that experience was actually like and what he quietly had to prepare for before a single scene was shot.
This will be interesting.
Aside from Bruce Lee.
This will be interesting, because you're going to see a professional fighter who's not got really many acting skills. We've seen him in The Hangover, we've seen him in Crocodile Dundee 3. You know, Mike Tyson's not really that much of an actor. Donnie Yen is a legend, a martial artist legend. This is going to be interesting.
And what he quietly had to prepare for before a single scene was shot.
Aside from Bruce Lee, Mike Tyson was my idol. So when I realized, oh, he's going to be in Ip Man 3, it was kind of excitement and nervousness.
Yeah.
You know, what if he accidentally knocked me out? Knocking me out is fine, but I got to finish the movie, right? So I was both excited.
That's what you got to think, because if you're doing fight scenes with Mike Tyson and he misjudges one of them punches or you move the wrong way, you know, that's a heavyweight boxer there with iron in both fists.
Same time, little bit nervous because I was such a fan, and he's in front of me, and he's coming at me with his famous left hook, and I told you, I'm not gonna be exactly like how we shoot the traditional way of Kung Fu movies. I'm gonna move when I feel dangerous. I'm not gonna wait until his fist is here, you know, I'm gonna move.
Donnie's concern was not irrational. At his peak, Mike Tyson had the fastest punch in boxing, measured at 13 milliseconds from the moment his fist left his body to the moment it made contact. For reference, a human blink takes around 400 milliseconds. He finished his career with 44 knockouts from 50 wins. 26 of those came in the first round. Donnie Yen has taken on it.
That puts a whole new meaning to blink and you miss it. Mike Tyson was an absolute animal, especially in his early 20s with Customato. The guy was absolutely electric. I watched him, like I said, I've watched all of his fights and stuff. Mike Tyson, he's arguably one of the most ferocious fighters you'll ever see.
Entire rooms of fighters on screen. Against Mike Tyson, he had a plan B. We've been hearing what it's like to meet Mike. Now flip it around. What is it like for Mike to meet someone he actually admires? In a DJ Woo Kid interview, Mike described his very first impression of Eminem, and the comparison he reached for will stop you dead.
When you see him in person, he don't say a fucking word, man. If I want to say hi, but the motherfucker, you know, he like the Village of the Damned, those blonde head kids off. Remember that movie? He looks like that, blonde head, blue eyes, he's looking straight at him, motherfucker. Like those little kids, he start thinking shit, your hands start crippling up.
Hang on, you're Mike Tyson, you're the baddest man on the planet, and because Eminem's got a bit of a stare and blonde hair like the Village of the Damned, you're like, I'm scared of this guy. No, mate, you're not. When did he meet Eminem?
Village of the Damned.
Speaking of men who don't follow conventional rules, Tyson Fury. Named after Mike, built like a building, and apparently not someone who waits for the right moment to say hello. Watch what he does the first time the two of them are in the same room.
Size difference.
You gotta get through Francis first.
Hey, Mom, I'm on TV.
Look at that.
Tell him what happens in the music. Hey, behave yourself. I'm named after this guy. It makes him more of a legend.
Yeah.
How about me and Mike on the same camera together? This man is a bona fide, living, alive legend. And
I'm not sure Mike Tyson knows how to take that, because basically Tyson Fury here is taking over his interview, taking over Mike Tyson's interview. I mean, maybe 20 years ago, this might have been ended up in a fight.
This man
Mike's
is a
chilled
bona
these
fide,
days.
living, alive legend. And I'm named after him, and I'm proud to be named after him.
Mike Tyson crashing a Hollywood blockbuster was never part of the plan. Then again, nothing about The Hangover was. Bradley Cooper and the director broke down what it was actually like working with Mike on set, including one very specific thing he had to be taught before they could film a single scene with him.
There's a particular way to throw a punch in a movie.
Yeah.
And I remember one scene in particular where he had to punch Zach in the face. You remember in the movie, he kept kind of doing it wrong for camera. In fact, he was sort of pulling it back too far.
Yeah.
So I remember going, no, Mike, just come over here, and sort of showing him how to throw a punch. And without missing a beat, he goes, I'm getting boxing lessons from the captain of the Jewish debating team.
That's facts. That's facts. And the fact that a fucking boxer, one of the most famous boxers in the world, is taking lessons from him because he's trying to throw a punch on. I mean, I get it. There's levels. He's showing him how to throw a punch on camera, but the fact that Mike Tyson is the wit that came out of him for the boxing lesson, I suppose. That's hilarious.
Boxing lessons from the captain of the Jewish debating team.
How did you get on with him on set and stuff? Did you get on with him like crazily? Are you saying you're actual friends of Mike Tyson?
I mean, I'd like to say that.
That's good.
Really, we got on great and we became friends.
But what nobody was talking about publicly was what was going on with Mike behind the scenes. Years later, he opened up about it himself.
Oh, go on. First hangover, the guys just had my back so much, carried me real good and made sure, I was a mess. I was overweight. I was 380 pounds. I was a pig.
Right.
High. They had to know I was messed up. I couldn't even talk to them. I had to talk when the door.
Really?
Those guys are just beautiful people. They're just beautiful.
Mike Tyson. It was just aura, probably, that got him that part then, wasn't it? There's aura. It's Mike Tyson. Let's have Mike Tyson in a film. People go, oh, that's Mike Tyson. We've got a moment in a film, especially a comedy film like The Hangover.
Tyson does not hand out compliments lightly. So when he went on his own podcast and someone brought up Kanye West, what he said was not what anyone expected from the man who once bit off a piece of Evander Holyfield's ear.
Yeah. I remember when Kanye West first came out and said, I'm a king, I'm a god, I'm this. And people destroyed him. And I thought
he is. People are funny. They know Kanye is great too. But the way he conducts himself, they hate to believe it, but they can't help it. They know he's great.
Right.
And it sounds insane, because that's what motherfuckers do, but he sounds insane. And that sounds of a lead. Listen, the corny shit Kanye say is basically affirmations what people say for success.
Then in 2023, at the Fury versus Ngannou fight in Saudi Arabia, the two finally met in person.
I'll go after this one.
I thought Kanye was taller than that.
Some rooms have a charge the moment two people walk in. This was one of those rooms. There's a version of Mike Tyson that most people never talk about. Since he was a child growing up in Brownsville, Brooklyn, Mike has kept pigeons on rooftops.
Yeah,
he had them before he had a trainer, before he had a title, before anyone knew his name. He currently owns over 3,000 of them.
Wow.
He has described them as the one thing that never left him, through the money, the prison sentence, the losses, and the comeback.
His creature
the man
comforts.
who terrified the entire heavyweight division for a decade goes home and feeds birds. Conor McGregor has never been short of confidence, but when he talks about Mike Tyson, something different comes out.
Gotta be respectful.
In this clip, he opens up about when the two of them first met, 2018, when both men were in a dark place. What Conor says about that moment and what he believes pulled them both through is not what you'd expect from either of them.
You were here in 2018. I met you in 2018. I was bad then. And now look at us. You can't keep a good thing down, baby.
Fantastic.
Conor handles it with words. Some people just can't hide it at all. Georges St. Pierre is considered one of the most disciplined, composed fighters ever to step into the UFC octagon. When Mike Tyson walked onto the set of The Ultimate Fighter, GSP had absolutely nothing left in the composure tank.
Whoa. Hey, what's up, George? What's happening, bro?
Look at the respect. Look at the respect. Mike Tyson walking in, even as an older man, has just made all of their days, basically, hasn't he? You know what I mean? Oh shit, it's Mike Tyson. These are in a different combat sports, and you get a different type of respect from different people. But when you see like an icon, I mean, like I suppose it'd be the same if Lennox Lewis walked in as well. You know, icons from the 80s and 90s. Wow, okay.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Look, man, it's Mike Tyson.
Yeah, karate, yeah. I was playing Punch Out, you know, and the main guy. My idol growing up.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Growing up. Oh, that's awesome. You could carry outside. But thank you so much. You know?
GSP was struck.
Please tell me Mike Tyson hit the pads with him. Come on, he's got to have done.
Conor was moved, but Mike's reaction to meeting people he respects tells you everything about how he sees the world. On Hot Boxing, Mike told the story of meeting Eazy-E and what he noticed about him the moment they were in the same room. The word he used to describe him is not a word you'd expect from Mike Tyson.
You met Eazy before? Yeah, Eazy a dark nigga. Yeah, I met him one time at a toy powerful energy. Yeah, he was always in Compton giving out like toys and turkeys and clothes and all that, man.
Nice.
Eazy was dope. Believing in different dimensions. That's why into the mystic world. You see, he had the eye behind his head and all that stuff. And this is really just a dimension that we experience most of our life and without searching for the other ones. Yeah.
Mike has always been drawn to people who see past the surface, maybe because someone once did the same for him. When he was 13 years old, Mike Tyson was locked up in the Trine School for Boys, a juvenile detention facility in upstate New York. He had already been arrested over 30 times. That was where trainer Cus D'Amato found him. Cus watched them spar once and told everyone in the room that this kid would one day be the heavyweight champion of the world. 3 years later, Mike was living in Cus's house. 5 years after that, at 20 years old, he became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. Cus didn't live to see it. He died in 1985, a year before the title, but he knew. Now, after everything you've just seen...
And that's it. Do you know, they saw him and they saw what he had in his fist. They saw what potential. I think in the film... I think someone referenced it saying we've got like a kid here who hits like Joe Frazier. That's what the whole aura of him was as a kid before he was even famous.
Fear, the reverence, the grown men going quiet. This is how Migos handled meeting Mike Tyson.
They say my boy Mike got the birds in the trap.
They were excited about something at his house that had nothing to do with boxing. Mike showed them, and it was very on brand for a group of men who spent a lot of time making bird noises.
Yeah. Hey, come on here. Let me show you some stuff.
The other pigeons.
This top pedigree stuff right here.
Look at them all there.
You give them the Fiji water too.
Yeah, everything.
Then came the part nobody expected. Mike's daughter performed for them. 3 of rap's biggest names sat there and genuinely didn't know what to do with themselves.
How old is he?
She's 8.
Nice.
And when it was time to say goodbye, Mike sent them off in the one way that somehow made complete sense.
Great, it's all about now. What about the future now? Yeah. How's your guys' time?
Yeah.
That's right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, though.
Versace.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, when you watch Mike Tyson in the ring, when you watch his early interviews, when you watch what he says to reporters and stuff, you think the guy's an absolute animal. You think he's one of these people who's unapproachable. You could never have a conversation with him. You'd never see any sort of like calm from the guy. But away from that persona of Iron Mike, the guy's an absolute care bear. He's dead soft with everyone. He doesn't mind giving interviews to people. Doesn't mind talking to common men in the street, from what I've seen as well. You know, I mean, you get the odd people asking bad questions to him, and he'll take offence when he was younger. But I mean, like I say, as an older person, he gives his life advice out, and he's got a lot. Let's just face it, the guy has been through a lot of shit in his life, and he's got a lot of experience to give. Do you know what I mean? And it's crazy because he's actually a very loving guy when you see him in the away from the boxing persona sort of thing. You know what I mean? It was interesting to see what people thought of him. It was interesting to see what Mike thought of other people. Do you know what I mean? That was good, that man. That was good. It's wholesome. I found myself watching it for praise and forgetting that it was doing a reaction, because I absolutely grew up watching Mike Tyson as well, and I think the guy's an absolute legend. You know what I mean? Some of his boxing matches, man. Wow, what a guy. Anyway, what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to check out the original video, and I'll see you next time.